Hello and welcome to this week's episode of My CP Does Not Define Me, where we focus less on the this and more on the ability of what we can do. Join us every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, live on the Disability Global Broadcast and Facebook Live. Looking forward to seeing you there.
What's up, everybody? It's D to the J with a roll away. It is 2 o'clock on Wednesday, December 15th. It is that time again. It is time for episode 77 of My CP Does Not Define Me. Yes, I've realized that is not the correct way to say 77, but it's my show and I can say it how I want to. Good evening, everybody. Good afternoon. Are you ready for the holiday season? Because whether you're ready or not, it is coming quick. I want to send a special shout out to a couple of people very quickly before we start the show. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Dan. How you doing? Josh, how are you? Thank y'all for tuning into the show. Hope everybody is doing extremely well. We are live on Facebook and the DGB, the Disability Global Broadcast. Happy to have everybody with us for episode 77 of My CP Does Not Define Me. All right, first things first, I got to handle a couple of things here. I want to send a very special shout out to a very special young lady, Miss Kelly Smith of Kelly's Choice and of my family, of the Wilson family, turns 36 today. So a very, very, very special happy birthday to Miss Kelly Smith, and we are very, 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 very excited because she shines a light on us all. May she have the most wonderful birthday ever. So, therefore, I again want to say happy birthday to the now 36-year-old Kelly Smith of Kelly's Choice and the Wilson family and part of my family as well. We love them very much. Happy birthday, Kelly. Hope you have the greatest birthday ever. 36 reasons to make me smile because she makes me smile every day. All right, so I wanted to get that out there. I wanted to make sure that y'all know. I will be back in 2 weeks. I'm going to do a show today, and I'm going to take a break for 2 weeks to observe the Christmas holiday and my birthday, which is on December 30th. So I'm going to be doing that. Hey, Michael, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. I will be taking a 14-day sabbatical for different reasons. I'm going to plan for 2022. The guests that I had scheduled for the next up and coming shows, I will need to move, and I hope you can understand why. So there will be a 2-week sabbatical for My CP Does Not Define Me after this show. So I wanted to go ahead and just talk a little bit about why I wanted to do this show. And I'm just really excited because going into the new year, I've said this before, I always take kind of I guess you would call it a test of myself. I look at, what I've done over the year, and I also look at the reason that I've done it. So it's kind of a self-evaluation, if you will. You look at and it's good to do this for everybody because so many people are hard on themselves, but do you actually take a look at what you do, and how it affects? Thank you, Cindy. I really appreciate that. I look forward to coming back, in the new year in January. Again, I this is part of that self-evaluation. When I do a My CP Does Not Define Me show, I don't just do a show. I come up with a plan, to have a conversation with a guest or with myself and my viewers and do this as a show. I put forth the best show I can, regardless of the guest and regardless of who it is. So, I actually talked with a friend a couple days ago, and we discussed burnout. And I'm going to be honest. I don't think I'm burned out yet, but I think the burnout is starting to happen because I don't want to have to pull a show. I want a show to be natural. I want a show to be, as sincere as it possibly can. I want a show to be as real and as impactful as that show can possibly be. As far, as far as that goes, that's kind of why I decided to do the sabbatical after this show, is because I want to get myself together for 2022, and I don't want to just come back strong. I want to come back powerful. I want to thank you so much, Nikki. I really appreciate it. Not quite there yet, but close. Um, it's, to do that, you've got to take time for yourself. So the self-evaluation, I've looked at all the shows over this past year, and we've had some very powerful guests and some very powerful people, and I give all the glory to God on that, because without Him, none of this would be possible. I told you I wanted to do a couple of shout outs, before I really dig into the show, and we wished Kelly a very happy birthday. That was at the very beginning, turning 36. But I also want to give a shout out to the Wilson family, because the Wilson family and the Kelly's Choice organization and Kelly's Choice Cares, Kelly's Choice Cares has been a staple in my life, and the Wilson family have been a staple in my life through every show that I do. Almost every show I mention them, and a lot of people say, "Man, you mentioned the Wilson family and Miss Wilson almost every day." Yeah, I do, because again, the impact that they have had on my lives and my lives, like I have more than one, my life is dramatic, because they're not just friends, they're not just family, they are part of me. They are part of my heart, they're part of my soul, they always have been, they always will be. And I look at them as I do my own family, and I value their opinion. I value what they think, I value what they say, I value what they do, and I value who they are. So in all of that, thank you, Wilson family, for this opportunity to start another great year of My CP Does Not Define Me. I look at 77, and I look at the number of shows that have been done, and the fact that all of this started with the Sports Minion radio show. I look at all of this and everything that I am right now, and it is a maturity process. Every show that is done, and every guest that I've had, I've hoped that I've made some sort of impact on them. And to me, to have that impact and to go, okay, this is what I want to do, and this is why. It is for them. Any of these shows that come in, any of these shows that are done for you. It is very little about me. I press the buttons and get everything ready, and I deliver the best message that I can in the time frame that I have. So part of the self-evaluation and why I wanted to do this show, the title, do you realize, or do you know what you have? Hey, Christine, do you know what you have? Live life to the fullest, and how to find balance. I recently, I've had a lot of questions. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. I've had a lot of questions about life itself. What would happen, if this wasn't here? Where would I be if this wasn't here? And I honestly don't know the answer to that question, but I can almost guarantee you I wouldn't be happy, because to me, this is part of God's plan for me and what I'm supposed to do. But the difference is, when you manage YouTubes, and you have shows, and you have the Three Amigos, and you have My CP, and you have Worth the Wait, I have got to get back strong on Worth the Wait, because I promised everybody that I would, and I don't feel like I've managed the YouTube like I want to. So I'm going to take some time to work on that and really get that up and running again. Worth the Wait, is where it all started. Cooking is where it all started for me. But doing shows like this, I realize more in a sense of what my life is. My life is just not about being in front of the camera. My life is about making an impact at what I do. So I've now done 77 episodes of My CP Does Not Define Me. And the thing about it is, you have to look upon yourself. And really, for me, every day is a self-evaluation. But if you don't look at it as that, do you do the best you can do with what you have? That's why I ask the very first question when I made the flyer last night was, do you know what you have? And the truth is, I don't think people realize how lucky they are. And the issue is, it's not because they don't want to, it's because they're too busy worrying about what they don't have. I want to get this. Why don't I have this? When am I going to get this? When am I going to take that next step to that next promotion, to that next point? I deserve, I should, I, me. And it becomes this, you start demanding things and you start saying, well, that should have been me. Okay, let me reiterate two things. When you want something, you have to go after it, and it's good to go after it passionately, but don't think it belongs to you before you have it. Okay, I've heard a lot of people say, well, he shouldn't have got that promotion, I should have. Okay, because I work harder than him, or I work harder than her, or I do better than her, or this is mine, they stole that from me. Nobody stole anything from you. Now, I'm not saying people won't go get it. Understand what I'm saying? It's different, okay? Because when two people are in line for the same thing, a lot of times the gloves come off, okay? And there are underhanded tactics that can be used. Sometimes there are underhanded tactics that are used. You have to evaluate yourself, and you have to be true to yourself regardless of what the other person does. Do you realize what you have? Which also comes into play here, and I want you to listen to this. Do you realize who you are? One thing that I don't want to do is change myself. I don't want to change myself for something else, to have something else. If I change myself just to have something else, what's the real use of having it? What is the real use of being where I am right now if I'm not true to myself and true to who I am? The one thing that this show has allowed me to do, and all these YouTubes and the Instagram and all of this, my life and most of my life is out, okay, to where everybody can experience it. Now, I don't share everything because everything is not for everybody, okay, and that's an ultimate thing. You know, that's something that I've had to grips with. Some things I share, maybe I shouldn't, but the point is I share them, and it's out there for you to go back and look at and evaluate and say, why is he saying this? And I want to come across with this point because a lot of people don't realize what they have. Okay? Do you realize what you have? Now, I called Miss Winnie last night, and I asked a very important question. And I asked this question because I knew something was on my heart, you know, and I'm pacing back and forth. I'm in my kitchen. I'm going to my living room. I'm looking at my Christmas presents under the tree. I'm going to the hallway. I'm going back to the living room, back to the kitchen. It's rolling all over everywhere, trying to figure out where to go. And I stopped in mid-pace. And I called Mama Winnie, and I said, Mama, I got to ask you a question. I said, do you think if you knew the date you were going to pass away and you couldn't do anything about it, listen to me now, if you knew the date you were going to pass away and you could not do anything about it, would you live your life any different? And I love the answer that she gave, because you have to live your life And what it amounted to is you have to live your life to the fullest no matter what. And I said, you know, that's what my show is going to be about. I said, but in the other sense, you also have to have balance within that. Going back to what I said, I talked to a friend about 3-4 days ago, and he was burned out, and I could see why. And we talked about what burnout was and what was making him feel burned out and what he did want to do and what he didn't want to do and how he there was several things that we could have gone through. Oh, you can try it this way. You don't have to post every week. You don't have to post. You can post once a month. There are several different ways you can do it. You've got to find a balance to what works for you. Okay. You've got to find a balance within yourself to what works for you. That's very true. A lot of people don't understand what they have. And that right there is a key ingredient to self-understanding. Okay. Realizing who you are, and what you have is a key ingredient to self-preservation. Okay. Now I want to talk about two things. All right. I live my life 100% all the way. Now there's a difference sometimes. Sometimes you don't feel 100%. Sometimes you don't feel that you can give 100%. But if you can give 80, try to give 81. If you can give 85, try to give 90. See, but a lot of, and I had to think about this too, because people say I'm going to give all I can. No, you're not. No, you're not. People hold back all the time. People hold back all the time. Hey Tiffany, how are you, sweetheart? Welcome to the show. Thank you for tuning in. I look at this and I say, what about real gumption? Really going for something. There are very few people in this world that go dead off 100% straight through. I'm not even sure if I go 100% all the time. I don't know. I try my best. See, I had to change what was on my Facebook because somebody pointed out to me a long time ago, you can't be 100% all the time. Okay. I say, nobody always is. Okay. Understand, nobody always or nevers. And that's a statement you're going to hear me say a lot of times. So I try my best to do what I say I'm going to do. And I try my best to give 100% all the time. Okay. Or as much as I can. I want to be reliable from this. What comes out of my mouth, I want you to be able to take it to the bank. I don't want you to go to hear something and say, I don't know if DJ telling the truth or not. Okay, that right there, that piece of my life is the cornerstone that I stand on, no pun intended. And my CP people, y'all know where I'm coming from. 2 words you should be careful. Oh, yes. I love that, Miss Wilson. 2 words you should be careful of how you use them. Always and never. Okay? Never shuts you down. And let me talk about that. If you say, I will never get that promotion, I will never be anything, you have doomed yourself for all eternity because you cut it off. Understand, you cannot cut yourself off from your life. This is very true right here, Nikki. This is true. You got to live your life because you only get one. That right there is this whole show. And it's what this show is about. If you don't live your life the best you can't go back and do it again. I don't know what y'all believe, but me coming back as a grasshopper or a goat ain't gonna happen. And look here, I ain't walk on 2 legs. I sure enough ain't gonna walk on 4. Look, I'm just letting y'all know now, if I come back as a goat, put me in the barn and give me some straw because somebody done told me wrong. I'm not going there, y'all. I'm letting y'all know now. Look, this is life right here. I said always or never. Be careful. Always, always, always means perfect. Nobody always does anything. And somebody can say, I don't lie. Yes, you do. I've done it. We all do it. It happens. We are human. Okay. When you realize that, and you realize what your life is, we have so many chances to live our life to the fullest, and we wake up like it's just another day. See, and people don't, I don't think people value a new start, because to some people, a day is just a routine. It's a normality. It's a piece of something. It's a, okay, now I've got to do this again and again and again. Life is a routine. No, folks. Let me say something. Life is not a routine. Life is a chance to make a difference every day you wake up and your feet hit the floor. Your life that you have and you carry around with you every day that God gave you is a chance to make a difference and do something good every day. Now, when I say that, live your life to the fullest. See, that's what I'm talking about. There are so many procrastinators and doubters that are around you in your life that you may bring yourself to be part of, and it becomes a subroutine in this processor up here that I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll get to it tomorrow. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. Understand, DGB, Disability Global Broadcast, where we're at, Facebook Live. I'm trying to say something here that is so powerful. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. Now, I look at this, and I want to finish this thought before I read another comment. You don't know if today is going to end out, okay? Because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know, because life itself is unpredictable. But if I live my life to the fullest and try to do the best I can every day to make a difference and be better tomorrow or be better today than I've ever been, I don't have to worry about tomorrow. If I wake up tomorrow, I want to be better than I was today. Now, understand what I said. If I wake up tomorrow, God willing, and the creek don't rise and I got a paddle, I want to wake up tomorrow and be better than I was today. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean? Life cannot be routine, because every day will be different in some form or another. See, Mama know what I'm talking about. She already on the same page as me. I don't know why she ain't up here. That's what I'm talking about. Life is not the same, because your job is not the same. You may do the same things, but it does not mean you cannot do them differently. To truly do your best, does that scare you? Because I'm going to tell you, when I realized, and when that lady right there showed me some of the more things that I could do, I scared the heck out of myself. I peed a little bit. I ain't going to lie. Look, when I learned of my potential and Miss Winnie showed me some of the things that I could do that I didn't even know because I didn't try, I scared the heck out of myself. You think for 1 second somebody pushes you or kicks you in the butt, and that's what she did, to show you what you truly have. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Even I didn't, y'all ain't with me. Even I didn't realize at the time where I was at. I didn't even realize where I was at. I said, I'm going to just do this and stay here. That's people's go-to. You get comfortable, you get in that routine. This is what I'm going to do. I ain't going to go nowhere else because I can do this. Live your life to the fullest. See, I had an opportunity, okay? And I didn't know this until later on. I had an opportunity to expand something that was great into greater. to become greater, but also to become the greatest. I could be the greatest radio personality alive. Okay? It could happen. But the only way it's going to happen is if I believe and put forth the effort that it will happen. Now, in all of that, at the very beginning of the broadcast, when I wished Kelly Smith, 36 years old, a great happy birthday, and I told y'all that I wanted to reach out to the Wilson family and tell them how much they meant to me, because every day you have to remember those people along that journey that helped you. Never forget the people that gave you food when you were hungry, gave you drink when you were thirsty, clothed you when you were naked and alone, and stayed with you through those hard moments. Never forget that, because that's a Bible verse, gentlemen and ladies. When you were lonely, you were visited. Okay? Remember, the people that stick in your life for a reason are there when you're mad, there when you're happy, there when you're troubled, there when you're constipated, there when you don't know what you're doing, you don't know where you're at, can't find the road, can't see nothing, lost power, don't got no money. Those people that are there during that time, and those people when you are at your highest peak. I'm going to tell you right now, that right there is the people that's supposed to be in your life. Kelly said, thank you with a smile. Y'all understand that right there? That statement, no matter what goes on in Kelly's life, she can be hurting, she can be upset, she can be confused, she can not know what's going on, but she's smiling. When you go through life the best way you can, no matter the circumstances, that is when you are living your life to the fullest. Something that my mother said very, very commonly is, you may not get another chance, so why not do it now? Why not do it now? Miss Wilson and her TikTok, I've started watching, and it's addicting, because she said something. I realized that my true personality can come out on TikTok. Now, I thought about that for a minute. For Miss Wilson to let go, that's hard to do. And I gotta say this, because I want y'all to listen, and I want y'all to understand something. For someone to truly be themselves, regardless of what the world and society says about them, it's hard. It's a hard thing to do, because you have to admit when you're not. Ms. Wilson said this, I'm a firm believer that you should never forget those who helped you or brought you from where you were in some way or another. Now, the other part of that is this. Her statement right after what I just said, and I enjoy it. Why does Miss Wilson not deserve, listen to what I'm saying, listen, why does Miss Wilson and the Wilson family not deserve to enjoy what they have? Why can they not enjoy what they have? Why can Nikki not enjoy what she has? Why can Cindy not enjoy what she has? Why can Tiffany not enjoy what she has and what she does? Why can you not get joy out of your life? Most of the time it's because you let others take it away from you. Or you don't find joy in something that's hard. Now I'm going to say something. The first step to finding balance in your life, the 3 steps, actually there's 4 I have written down. And 3 of these came from Miss Wilson. 1 of them came from me. I told y'all I talked to Miss Wilson a lot. It's like a drug. I can't get enough of Miss Wilson. If she was a soda, I'd be addicted like crazy. I'll probably have me a pick line somewhere, just in a vein somewhere, just hitting it like, because you can't get enough of joy, you see. And Miss Wilson, to me, brings a joy that is so so powerful. I can't help but be happy. First step to finding balance in your life. Write these down, folks. Step 1, eliminate negativity. Eliminate negativity. Now I'm gonna go for a little bit on this, because this, to me, I started this in early 2021 because I told Miss Wilson I was going to do it. I did this because I saw Miss Wilson and the Wilson family, Kelly included, eliminate negativity. She does her absolute best to have negativity gone. She don't speak it. She don't think about it. She don't talk about it. She don't walk around it. And anybody that has negativity with them, she's gonna turn it around. So we said step 1 is eliminate negative thought, right? Eliminate negative thought. Okay? Negativity all around. Negativity, negative thought, negative action. Eliminate all that. Step 2. This is a biggie. Stop worrying about other people. Stop worrying about other people. Listen to me. I want to say this. The only way you're going to find balance in your life is to realize that you're important. Okay? You got to know your worth. That means stop relying on those people, okay, to tell you what to do. You got to find stuff out for yourself, okay? Now, Miss Wilson said this. Now, listen. You truly don't want negative people or things around you. Why? Because it sucks the life out of you. Do you understand what I'm telling you? People, if you have negative stuff around you, you're going to become negative, because it's one of those things that draws the life out of you to where you cannot function. Okay? Because all negative people want to do is bring you into their stuff. Woo, almost, Mama. I caught it. They want to bring you into their stuff. We laugh on the DGB, but I got to be careful. But I'm passionate about it because I had to learn this from. I said, Miss Wilson, how do you do it? So eventually I stopped asking and just started doing it. And I'm talking about, when I say don't worry about people, look, you become that of what you surround yourself. Woo-wee. Oh, is that, see this here? My mama don't play. Y'all, that's it. You become that of what you surround yourself. Okay, these people that think they're higher than thou and they can't be touched, you ever notice when they fall, what happens to them? They fall hard. They don't just fall, they fall off the pedestal they put themselves on, and they fall down hard. So we got eliminate negativity. We got stop worrying about people. Now look, I'm going to say this, and the first thing y'all going to do is somebody going to jump on this. Cindy said you have to find joy in your life no matter what's going on in it. You just may have to look harder at times. Listen, some of these members in your family, who are you living your life for? Are you living your life for them, or are you living your life for you? If you are 50 years old, 40 years old, and still worried about what your mother thinks about everything you do. Now, there's a difference. When I say I look to Miss Wilson for guidance, that's an understandable word. Listen to me. Guidance. She doesn't tell me what to do. She doesn't tell me how to do it or how I should. She will give nuggets of guidance. You can try it this way. You can do it this way. Try this. Let me know how it turns out. What do you think about this? Listen to this right here. This is the nugget I was talking about. If you worry about people and what they say about you or what you do or are doing can keep you stagnant and in that comfort place. Now understand, stagnated and in that comfort place. I did that because I thought that's what I was supposed to do because that was a good thing that I enjoyed. But once you give yourself a chance and you have somebody to motivate you, listen, that word right there is important. Motivation and determination run on the same pathway, on the same track. Listen to me now, y'all with me? Motivation and determination run on the same track. They're trying to win the same race. But distraction and unsatisfaction are behind them trying to catch them. Okay? That's why if you look at science, you take two negatives, you don't get a negative, you get a positive. Think about what I'm saying, okay? You will never be able to move forward if you worry about others. Okay? So we got to eliminate negativity. We got to stop worrying about other people. This is a big one. Number 3 is going to shake somebody already. Number 3, to have balance in your life, stop living in your past and start living for the future. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say that again. Stop living in your past and start living for your future. Ladies and gentlemen, once something happens and once you do something, you can't take it back. Listen to me. A lot of people, myself included, for 15 years, I tried to live in my past. That was all I wanted. That was all I was about. My past was the only thing that I cared about. I didn't care about my future. Stop living in your past and live for your future. Understand that phrase. Okay? I'm gonna spend a little bit of time. You cannot go back. Okay? You cannot go back to what you were because you're now what you are. Understand? You cannot go back to what you were because you are now who you are. You never take something back that you've already said. You can't. You can't. You can be a better person and learn from it, but you can't take it back because you don't have the ability to wipe it clean. Only God does. That's right. I said it. Y'all better wake up. We ain't playing now. I'll go to church. Don't worry about it. Understand that your past is what it is. It happened. Okay? My past happened. I can't do anything about my past. I can't do anything about yesterday. I can only do something about right now because right now is my future. I have to take what I have I got you, Miss Wilson. I have to take what I have and live for tomorrow while I'm going through today. Understand that? You have to be going for your goal, and eventually you're going to get there. But don't let others stop you before you've had the chance to see if you can do it yourself. So eliminate negativity. Stop worrying about other people telling you what to do and how to do it. 3, stop living in your past and live for your future. The 4th one is so simple, but it's so powerful. And I'm waiting a minute because I keep I want to talk one other thing about past and future. And this is I refer to this story a lot with Miss Wilson and Kelly's Choice Cares. I used to think that I had to make people like me, or I had to do something to make people understand, or I had to be the center of attention or in the center of the room, or I had to be the one. But in future time and after meeting them, what I learned is all I have to do is be who I am and believe in myself. Because Mr. and Mrs. Wilson can believe in me all they want. Mr. and Mrs. Wilson can believe that I can do it all they want. But if I don't believe in myself, and I don't go for what I want, if I don't go for my dreams and I don't chase them, it's not going to be easy. Nobody said that it's going to be easy. Nobody said that it's going to be given to me. Nobody said that I'm not going to have to jump over hurdles, go through bricks, bust through walls, knock somebody in the mouth, take somebody out to get where I need to go. And understand what I'm saying. I ain't talking about hurting nobody. I'm talking about the people that stand in my way. There are going to be obstacles there. You can either stand there and let them take you down, or you can go through them. Bottom line. That's the fourth one. You have to believe in yourself. If you do not take the initiative, listen to me, folks, if you do not take the initiative to believe in yourself and realize that you are enough, you understand that God made you? Okay, I'm gonna go down a path for a minute. I really don't do religion on this show because I'm not trying to offend anybody. But you know what? I'm gonna say something because I want to say it. Do you realize that God made you? Do you realize that you yourself are a miracle? Okay, we have a brain that runs a heart, lungs, liver, kidneys, all of this stuff. We are a human body that was created by God, and we are capable of doing anything we want to do. All we have to do is dream it and make it happen. But a dream does not become a reality until you put it down on paper, it becomes a goal, and you go after it. So many times I've said on this show before, if you don't put in the work and you don't put in the effort, it's not going to be handed to you. Now, I got about 15 minutes before I leave. As I said, I'm going to take a 2-week hiatus after this show, but I want to leave you with something so powerful. Faith without work. Yes, action. Faith without action is dead. Action without work. You gotta put forth the effort. You got to put forth the effort. Now, I want to tell you, I gave you the 4 steps earlier. Now, I want to give you 3 steps to declutter your life and help you find balance. Listen, and this is important. I got about 15 minutes left. I may give you more than 3, so just get your notebook out and draw a line under what you just wrote down. I'll go over those again. Okay. Eliminate negativity was the first one. Stop worrying about other people and what they say. Okay. Third one, I got to go back myself. Look at my notes here. Oh, stop living in your past. Live for your future. Fourth one, believe in yourself. Now, these are to declutter your life, okay? These are different. Number one, when your feet hit the floor, when you wake up, start the day off positive. Look in the mirror and say something positive about yourself. If you start the day off positive, you cannot let it fall into negativity. Okay? Say something positive about yourself and believe it. Don't just say it and don't apply it. Okay? You have to apply what you say to your life, because you can't speak it and not use it. Okay? Once you your words are powerful. Okay? You can speak something into action just like that. Trust me, I have heard stories and I have seen the results of this woman right here doing that. That's my car. That's my house. That's my next job. You have to apply what you say and believe it. Now, number two. Sometimes you have to declutter your life. This is a big one, folks. I'm talking about closets. I'm talking about gardens. I'm talking about people. I'm talking about items. I'm talking about false idols. I'm talking about people that you've talked to your whole life that are honestly saying they're positive but been negative since day one. You've got to declutter your life, which means cut ties, let it go, throw it away, get rid of it. If it is not pushing you forward, it is not doing its job. If it's making you stay where you are and you're trying to move, it is not doing its job. Get rid of it. You've got to declutter your life. So start your day off positive. Declutter your life. And this is a third one. Be careful what you say and how you say it. Speak those things that are not as though they are. Again, that is not mine. That is Miss Wilson's, but I want to explain. I want to go on that just a little bit because I have to. I have known Miss Wilson for almost 5 years now. 2022, September of 2022 will be 6 years. From the moment I met her until today, one of the most amazing things about this lady is her ability to speak things into action. Okay? But in the same instance, she doesn't just speak it into action. She walks with God to the end. Of everything she does and everything she's ever done, God first, follow. God first, follow. In order to lead, you must learn to follow. And in following, you become a great leader because you learn. Okay? This is a learning experience. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and just all of a sudden it just clicks. Be careful what you say because your words can cut it off as quick as it can make it happen. We are our own worst enemy. We stop stuff that God has planned for us right before. Because we try to put our hands in there and mess something up thinking we know what to do when all you got to do sometimes is just, sit back for a minute. And when I say a minute, I ain't saying 2 years. I ain't saying a week. I ain't saying 3 days. I'm saying sit back and listen a little bit and understand what you're trying to accomplish. because your words can help it stagnate or your words can help it go. That's it. Life is a series of choices, people. Okay? You are in the driver's seat of your own life. Mom can't do it, dad can't do it, sister can't do it, brother can't do it, dog can't do it, catfish can't do it, goldfish can't do it, beaver can't do it, gerbil can't do it, guinea pig can't do it. You are the person that's got to do it. You've got to take control of your life today. Today. Right now. Some of y'all been letting your parents live your life for you, and you 50-something years old asking them, can you go to the store? Get up off your butt and make a decision. Like you scared of something. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. I have been so blessed in knowing the Wilson family, and I have had such a great ride doing My CP Does Not Define Me, and I'm looking forward to 2022. But I want things to be different in 2022. I want to challenge myself more. I want to reach out and do more. I want to break through more barriers. I want to get into public speaking in 2022. I'm not going to make a New Year's resolution. I am going to be one. I'll say that again. I am not going to make a New Year's resolution. I'm going to be one because I'm going to make what I say happen, and I'm going to believe in myself and apply my own techniques that I put in this show today to my life. Because if you don't apply them, it's not going to work. Key: truly be careful what you say. The tongue is powerful, and once it's out, words can hurt if you're not careful of how or what you say or do. The Bible says the tongue is as powerful as a double-edged sword. And it can be more powerful then, because words can cut deeper than any sword could ever do. And that's something that oh man, I'm not going anywhere, Nikki. I'm just taking a break. And I'll say that again. I'm just taking a break until January. I'm not going anywhere. I don't plan to go anywhere, but I do need some time to refuel and get myself ready for 2022. I got to take a break. Y'all, look, and ain't nothing wrong with that. I talked to Mama Wilson about it last night. I told her what I was going to do, and I told her why. Because I'm not going to get to the stage of burnout. I'm going to let myself recharge. Okay? And every so often you got to plug in and you got to recharge, because when you do the same thing over and over and over, even if it's not the same, you get kind of, I don't want to say stale, because the show has never been stale, but I want to bring a vibrance, a difference to it. I want to make it sing. I want to put a little zing to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And Josh understands that too. You got to recharge. You got to take time. I haven't taken a break from my CP in a long time, other than if I was sick, I didn't do a show every once in a while. You have to do things sooner than later. Let's see. You have to do things sooner and later, since your parents aren't around forever. That's true. Which is good, so you don't overwhelm yourself. See, and to say this before I end this show, everybody needs a vacation every once in a while. Everybody got to do something fun. For me, I'm going to go and eat crab legs on my birthday. I'm going to get there if I got to hike. I'm telling y'all, I'm going to Captain George's on my birthday if I got to fly there myself. If I got to get up out this chair and walk to Captain George's, I am going to Captain George's on my birthday. I am on or before my birthday, I'm going to Captain George's. I'm speaking it and I am proclaiming it. It is going to happen. I ain't going nowhere, Nikki. Come on now. I just had to take a break, baby. That's all. That's all. Just taking a break. I ain't going. She said, "Don't go nowhere. Please don't leave." Look, y'all, I got to recharge. Look here. All this talking I do, I got to let my voice box rest. Okay? I'm talking a little too much. Okay? Y'all got to understand. I'm not going nowhere. I love y'all so much. I want to reiterate this. I do this show for you guys. If you would like to be a guest on the show, please email me at carterdj85@gmail.com. Please put in the subject line, guest of my CP does not define me. Just because you email me does not mean you are going to be a guest on the show. Let me reiterate that. I have an interview with my guest on Sundays to make sure they are who and what they say they are. Because you get some people that want to promote some stuff that you ain't going to promote on my show, Jack. No, sir. Also, in your email, please submit a short. And when I say short, I mean a paragraph. I don't need a book. I don't need 2 pages. I need a short paragraph or 2 about yourself and a paragraph and a picture that I may use. Please be covered up. Don't be nasty, because I ain't going to use it if it's nasty. I'm letting y'all know now. And send it again to carterdj85 at gmail.com. Okay? Y'all can reach me on YouTube at My CP Does Not Define Me, Chairmaster Games, or Worth the Wait Cooking with DJ Carter, I'm sorry. Instagram, My CP Does Not Define Me. Twitter, My CP Does Not Define Me at Minion Sports. My blog, CarterDJ85 at Wix.com. I'm telling y'all, be true in 2022, but be you. Most of all, I always say, and I always end the show with this: if you cannot be good, be bad, but be good at it. I am D to the J with the roll away, and I will see you in 2 weeks, the first Wednesday in January, for episode 78 of My CP Does Not Define Me. Take care, everybody. I love you all, and we'll see you in 2022.
All right, everybody. That's going to do it for this week's episode of My CP Does Not Define Me. As always, you can catch us every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on the Disability Global Broadcast and Facebook Live. If you haven't already checked out our YouTube channel, My CP Does Not Define Me, we post all of the show videos in our My CP playlist. I'm your host, D to the J with the roll away. And if you can't be good, be bad, but be good at it. We'll see you next week.